Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Donna. I'm going to be your Pilates instructor today. We're going through a mat flow. All you're going to need for today is a pair of weights, a band, and a block. And as always, all the props are optional. You can always increase the weights, decrease the weights, meet yourself where you are. If at any point anything feels too difficult, I want you to first try to get rid of the weights, and then I'll offer modifications for the other props. We're going to go ahead and get started lying down on our backs. Just extend your legs out long in front of you on the mat. Reach your arms by your side. And take a big inhale through your nose. And a big exhale like you're blowing air out of a straw. Inhale, feeling your belly rise. And exhale, push the air out. Pull your belly button to spine. Inhale, breathing into your back and the sides of your body. And exhale, push the air out. Feel your side body get smaller. Knit your ribs together. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. 3 more breaths. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Fill all the way up. Push all of the air out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Extend your legs out long if they aren't already. Reach through your fingertips and your toes. Full body stretch. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Arch your back up off the mat. And then exhale, lift your arms up above your chest. Tuck your chin to your chest. And slowly peel yourself up off the mat. Driving through your heels. Keep your legs down onto the mat. Keep your spine curved and reach for your toes. Find your forward fold. Pausing here. Inhale to lengthen your spine and exhale, fold a little bit deeper. You're here for 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Keep your spine curved and slowly roll all the way down to your mat. And if you need more stability, you can open your legs a little bit wider. We're lowering down. And when your head touches, your arms reach up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, your arms lift up above your chest. Tuck your chin and slowly peel yourself up off of the mat. Reach for your toes and slowly lower it down, touching your low back, your mid back, your shoulder blades, and finally your head. Inhale, your arms reach up. Exhale, tuck your chin, lift your arms, and slowly see how slow you can peel yourself up off the mat. Keep your spine curved, reach for your toes, and then slowly lower all the way back down to your mat. Inhale, your arms reach up. Exhale, arms lift up above your chest, tuck your chin, peel yourself up all the way. You're here for 2 more. We roll it all the way back down. Reach up overhead. Exhale, rise up. And lower it down. Last one. Inhale, your arms reach up overhead. Exhale, your arms lift up above your chest, tuck your chin, and pause in your forward fold. You're here for 2 breaths. In through the nose to lengthen, and out through the mouth to forward fold. Last one. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Keep your spine curved and slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Inhale, your arms reach up overhead, and then exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a tight squeeze, and then use your left hand to pull your right knee across your body. Right arm opens up, gaze goes over your right shoulder. Holding here for 3, for 2. On 1 exhale, lift your leg back up through center, and then bend your left knee into tabletop. Press into your right ankle with your left knee. Interlace your hands behind your left knee, finding your figure 4. Both feet are flexed, and pull your left knee down toward your face to feel a stretch all through the back side of your right leg. When you're ready, release your left leg down to the mat. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Inhale as you point and lower the right leg to hover. Exhale as you flex and lift it right back up. Inhale, point and lower for 3. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 2. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 1. Exhale, flex and lift and hold. Walk your hands up your right leg, keeping your head, neck, and shoulders down. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, bend your elbows, float your head, neck, and shoulders up, holding the stretch here for 3, for 2. On 1, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Release your leg down onto the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, hug your left knee into your chest. Give it a tight squeeze. And then use your right hand to pull your left knee across your chest. Gaze opens out over your left shoulder. Left arm opens up to a goalpost or a T. We're holding here for 3, for 2. On 1, we come back through center. Extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Actually, I lied. Bend your left knee. Pull your right leg into tabletop. Find that figure 4 on the other side. Hands interlaced behind your right leg. And we pull our right knee down toward our face. Feeling the stretch this time in your left hamstring. Holding here for 3, for 2. On 1, extend your right leg out long onto the mat. Extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Arms rest down at your side. Inhale as you point and lower the left leg to hover. Exhale as you flex and lift it right back up. Inhale, point and lower for 3. Exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 2. Exhale as you flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower for 1. Exhale, flex and lift and hold. Walk your hands up your left leg, keeping your head, neck, and shoulders down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bend your elbows, float your head, neck, and shoulders up. Holding here for 3, for 2. Stay here on 1. Float your right leg up off the mat. You're going to pull your left leg in toward your face twice, and then switch sides. Pull your right leg in toward your face twice. Switch sides, and we go left, switch, and right. Switch, left, switch, and right. Switch, we're here for 5. Switch, right, switch. For 4, switch, right, switch. For 3, switch, right, switch. For 2, switch, right, switch. Last one, switch, right, switch. Bend your knees in, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Now plant both feet down onto the mat. Your palms are going to rest down at your side. Knees are pointed up to the ceiling. We're going to tuck our tailbone under. Pause here. Make sure that your tailbone's tucked under. If I were to place a marble at your pubic bone, it would roll back down to your belly button. So tailbone is tucked under. You're going to slowly roll all the way up to the top of your bridge, 1 vertebrae at a time. Pilates bridge, we're pausing at our shoulder blades. So my shoulder blades are not lifted up off the mat. If I try to lift my shoulder blades, my ribs flare out. So I keep my shoulder blades down, keep my ribs hugged down and together. Your ribs are together, not separate. Find this position first. I want you to pause at the top and feel this form. Ribs hugged together, tailbone tucked under, glutes are engaged, palms are pressing down into the mat. You're here for 1 more breath in, 1 more breath out, and then slowly lower down to the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. When your tailbone touches, release your spine. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tailbone under, and slowly roll all the way up to the top of your bridge, pausing at your shoulder blades, and then slowly lower it all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, roll it all the way up to the top. Pause at the top, make sure your ribs are not flared out, and then slowly lower it all the way down. We have 2 more. Inhale, release. Exhale, roll it up to the top. And slowly lower it back down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, roll it up to the top. And slowly lower it back down to your mat. Take anything else that you might need to warm up. When you're ready, your band is going to go just above your knees, and then the weights are going to go at your ankles. And we're going to meet laying down on our backs with your hands interlaced behind your neck for support. Knees are pointed up to the ceiling. Feet are planted on the mat. You're going to exhale, crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat and pause. I want you to try and lift both shoulder blades up off the mat. See if you can lift up another inch. And then inhale, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhale, crunch it up. And inhale, lower it down. Make sure that you're lifting by pulling your ribs down, lifting your shoulders up, and not by bending your neck. So notice how my neck doesn't move. My head is hanging heavy in my hands. Exhale, lift and crunch. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, crunch it up for 5. Inhale, lower. Exhale, crunch it up for 4. Inhale, lower. Exhale, crunch and lift for 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, crunch and lift for 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, crunch and lift for 1 and hold. We're going to float both knees to tabletop. Lower your legs down and then lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Make sure that you have tension in the band so that your knees are not touching, and then inhale, lower it down. So you're going to exhale, crunch up first and pause, then lift both legs to tabletop, then lower both legs down to the mat, then lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Make sure that you're going one piece at a time. Exhale, crunch it up, lift your legs to tabletop, lower your legs back down to the mat, inhale, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhale, crunch it up for 5. Legs lift to tabletop, legs lower down to the mat. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, crunch it up for 4. Make sure that when you lift your legs to tabletop, your knees are stacking over your hips and not pulling into your chest. Exhale, crunch it up for 3. Remember, we're not lifting from our neck. We're using our core. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, crunch it up for 2. Lift your legs to tabletop. Lower your legs back down. Inhale, lower your head, neck, and shoulders down. Exhale, crunch it up for 1. Legs lift to tabletop and hold. We're going to pull our knees in and at the same time crunch your head, neck, and shoulders up a little higher. Connect your elbows to your knees without bending your neck. And then extend everything out. Legs extend forward, head, neck, and shoulders lower. We crunch everything back in through center and extend it out. Keep that tension in the band. The inhale as we bend it in and extend it out. We're here for 5 and extend. You're here for 4 and extend. Exhale, crunch it in for 3. Inhale as you extend. Exhale, crunch it in for 2. Inhale, extend. Exhale in for 1. Extend and hold. Listen carefully. Your left hand is going to release from behind your neck. Left elbow is going to come down onto the mat. Drive through your palm and your elbow and roll over to your left side. Lift both legs up. And then we're going to slowly come back down through center. Elbows to knees. Extend it out. Roll to the right side. Right elbow comes down. We lift both legs up. And then slowly lower it back down through center. Elbows to knees. Extend it out. Left elbow down. Roll to the left side. Lift up. Lower it down. And come back through center. If you need to, you can bend your knees into your chest when you roll it up. Lift. And slowly lower it down. You can also just roll to the side and do a little crunch and then lower it down. Meet yourself where you are. You can also try removing the weights and trying this move again. Might make it a little bit easier so you can still get the move in. We're here for 5. Lower through center. Extend it out. Other side for 5. Lower through center. Extend it out. Lift to the left for 4. Lower through center, extend it out. Lift to the right for 4. Lower through center, extend it out. Left for 3. Lower through center, extend it out. Right for 3. Lower through center, extend it out. Left for 2. Lower through center, extend it out. Right for 2. I forgot to count. Center, extend it out. Left for 1 and hold. We're going to pull our left knee in, crunch over to the left side. Try to connect your right elbow to your left knee and then extend your left leg out. We crunch and twist and extend. Crunch and twist and extend. If you need to tap your right big toe down onto the mat, you can. We're here for 5. Extend. For 4, extend. For 3, extend. For 2, extend. Last one, extend and slowly lower it back down to the mat. Other side through center. Extend it out. We go on to the right. We're pulling our right knee and crunching over to the right and then extending it out. We crunch over to the right and extend. Crunch, pull that knee in and extend. Remember, you can tap your left big toe down. We're here for 5. Crunch and twist for 4. Crunch and twist for 3. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale for 2. Exhale for 1. Slowly lower it back down. Meet me with your legs extended out. Pulse the band out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Head, neck, and shoulders are lifted for 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Oh, that one is never easy for your core, but it is also amazing for it. We're going to move on to bridging. You're going to need your block. First, it's going to come in between your feet and plant down onto your mat. Knees are pointed up to the sky. Toes are dialed forward, so they're not turned out. They're not rotated in. And make sure that your feet are in line with your hips, so they're not too wide and they're not too close together. They shouldn't be touching. You should have a little bit of tension in the band so that your knees are also in line with your hips. Palms are driving into the mat. Nice and simple to start. We're going to tuck our tailbone under and roll slowly to the top of our bridge and pause. And then slowly lower your hips back down onto the mat. We tuck our tailbone under, roll all the way up to your bridge and pause. And then slowly lower it back down. Drive through your palms, roll up, make sure that your knees are not touching, keep the tension in the band, and lower it down. Exhale, press into your feet, press into your palms, lift your hips up, make sure your ribs are not flared out, squeeze your glutes at the top, and then slowly lower it all the way back down. Exhale, roll it up for 4, and lower it down. Exhale, lift for 3, and lower it down. Exhale, lift for 2, and lower it down. Exhale, lift for 1, and lower it back down to your mat. Now we're going to place our right foot onto the block. Left knee is going to lift to tabletop. Make sure that your knee is not dropping into your chest. Your knee is stacked over your hip. Leg is at a 90-degree angle. Foot is flexed. Really think about keeping this 90-degree angle. You're going to drive through your right foot and slowly roll to the top of your bridge. 2, 3, 4. Roll down. 2, 3, 4. Roll up. 2, 3, 4. Roll down. 2, 3, 4. Think about keeping your left leg in that tabletop position and think about driving through your right heel to lift your glutes and squeezing your glute up at the top of that bridge without letting your ribs flare out. Remember, we're only going to our shoulder blades. Exhale, lift for 4, 2, 3, 4. Lower down. 2, 3, 4. Lift for 3, 2, 3, 4. Roll down. 2, 3, 4. Lift 2, 2, 3, 4. Roll down. 2, 3, 4. Lift 1, 2, 3, 4. And pause at the top. We're going to lower our left leg down to the mat to tap our foot down, but not by bending your knee. You're going to lower at the hip. Keep the exact shape of your leg. My knee does not change shape at all. Lift your leg back to tabletop. Tap your hips down to the mat. And then exhale, press and lift them right back up. Inhale, lower the leg. Exhale, leg lifts back to tabletop. Inhale, tap the hips. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, lower the left leg. Exhale, left leg lifts to tabletop. Tap your hips down to the mat. And then exhale, press it up. Inhale, lower the left. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, tap the hips. Exhale, lift the hips. We're here for 5. Pull it in. Tap it down. Exhale, lift. For 4, pull it in. Tap it down. Exhale, lift. For 3, pull it in. Check in with your ribs. Make sure they're not flared out. For 2, pull it in. Tap it down. Exhale, lift. Last one, pull it in. Tap it down. Exhale, lift and hold. Now just the left leg is moving. Hips stay lifted. We're tapping the heel down to the mat. And then exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, lower at the hip. Remember, we're not just bending the knee to get your foot down to the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, drive through that right heel. See if you can lift your hips up another inch. We're here for 5. Exhale, lift. For 4. Exhale, lift. For 3. Exhale, lift. For 2, lift your hips up another inch. Last one, lift and hold the lift. We're tapping our hips down to the mat, and then exhale, press and lift them right back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We're here for 6. Exhale, lift. For 5, squeeze that right butt cheek. I know it's starting to burn. Exhale, lift for 4. Exhale, lift for 3. If you need to tap your toe down to keep going, do it. Last one, we hold at the top. Pulse your hips up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips back down to the mat. Go ahead and grab the block. Pass it up to your hands. Your legs are going to extend up to the ceiling. Block is going to start stacked up above your chest. You're going to reach the block up over your head and then slowly roll your legs up and over your head by rolling up your spine. When your toes tap the block, you're going to press into the band with your right leg by lifting it up to the ceiling. Lower your right leg back down to the block. Slowly roll down your spine. And then when your hips touch, your block is going to lift up above your head and you're going to roll up to find your teaser. Meet me at the top here. You have options. If that's not available to you, you're going to tuck and roll it back down. Block is going to reach up overhead. Legs are going to roll up and over. Press into the band with your right leg. Lower your right leg back down to your block and then slowly lower back down. You can also plant your feet down onto the mat and then exhale. Just give me a sit up and lower it back down. I want you to try the teaser though. I promise you can do it. Your legs roll up and over. Press into the band with your right leg. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Lower your right leg back down to meet your left. Slowly roll down your spine and then exhale. Roll all the way up. Use your core. Find your stability. Find the teaser and then tuck your tailbone under, round your spine. Roll it all the way back. Arms and legs roll up and over. Legs reach up. Press into the band with your right leg. Lower your right leg down to meet your left. Slowly roll down your spine and roll all the way up to your teaser. Find a top up here. Squeeze your legs together and then round your spine and tuck and lower all the way back down. We're here for 4 more. Press into the band with your right leg. Lower your right leg down to meet your left. Roll all the way down your spine. Legs reach up, arms reach forward. And then round your spine and lower all the way back down. We're here for 3. Press into the band with your right leg. Lower your right leg down to meet your left. Roll down your spine 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll up to the top of your teaser. And then slowly lower it all the way back down. Maybe if you've been doing the sit-up, now you try the teaser. We're here for 2. Lower it down. Roll it up. Squeeze everything. Find your stability. Once you find your stability, then you roll it all the way back down. Last one, we're going to press into the band. Lower your right leg down. Roll it up and pause in your teaser. Hold here for 10. 9. If you're in the sit-up, lift your legs up, float them up. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles, flip it out. We're meeting in our tabletop position. Palms are going to be on the block. So you're hugging the sides of the block with your fingers. Thumbs are pointing to the top of the block. You're in tabletop position. Knees are going to be underneath your hips and you're pulling up from your belly button. So I'm not letting my belly drop to the earth and arching. I'm pulling up from my belly button, pressing into that block with my palms. So I'm not sinking down into my shoulders. With your right leg, you're going to pull your right knee into your nose and then extend your right leg back as far as it can go while maintaining your core. So notice how I'm not letting my belly drop and arching. I'm keeping my core. That means my leg is probably only going to go as high as my hip. Pull it in and then extend it back while maintaining your core with control. We pull it in and extend it back. Pull your right knee in. Extend your right leg back. We're here for 5. Pull it in and extend it back. You're here for 4. Pull it in and extend it back. You're here for 3. In and extend it back. Last 2. In and extend it back. Last 1. In Extend it back and hold. Now we're going to add on. You pull your knee in. Extend your right leg back. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Engage your core. Hug your elbows in. Lower your chest down toward the block. And then press into your palms. Extend your elbows straight. Pull your right knee back into your nose. Extend your right leg back. Engage your core. Engage your glute. When you lower your chest down, your leg should lift in a line behind you, almost like a seesaw, and then press it up. So you shouldn't just lower your chest and then leave your leg at that same height. Your leg is going to lift as your chest lowers and then press and lift it right back up. We pull it in, extend it back, lower it down, hug those elbows in, use your triceps, press into the block and lift up. If this feels uncomfortable, you can get rid of the block and do the exact same move on the mat. The block is there to add instability and force you to really use those triceps. But if you need to, you can do it without the block. We're only here for 2 more. Pull your knee in, extend it back, squeeze your glute, hold, and lower it down. Press it right back up. Last one, pull your knee in, extend it back, lower it down, press up, lift up. Now we're going to tap the right toes down to the mat. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift and squeeze. We're here for 5. Exhale, lift. For 4. Exhale, lift. For 3. Exhale, lift. For 2. My right leg is shaking. Last one and lift. We're tapping our right toes down to the mat, firming up your weight in your right toes. Pull your left knee into your nose, and then left knee comes down. Right leg is going to lift right back up. Right toes down, left knee into your nose, left knee down, right leg lifts. Right toes down, left knee in, left knee down, right leg lifts. We're here for 5. Pull your knee into your nose, press into your palms, lower your knee down, right leg lifts. You're here for 4. Knee to nose, lower it down, right leg lifts. You're here for 3. Knee to nose, knee comes down, right leg lifts. Last 2, knee to nose, knee down, right leg lifts. Last 1, knee to nose and hold. You're going to extend your left leg straight and bend your left knee in. Extend it out and bend it in. Extend it out and bend it in. You're here for 5. Make sure that your butt is low and it's not sticking up into the air. For 4. For 3. For 2. On 1, hold your knee and pulse your knee in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Stay with it on 1. Step your left leg out. Find your high plank first. Get stable here. And then you're going to lower down onto one elbow. Move the block out of the way. You're on both elbows, low plank. Press your hips up and back. Find your dolphin. And then lower your hips back down onto your low plank. Press your hips up and back. Lower back down. Low plank. Make sure that you find your low plank every time. Your hips go up and back. And then lower it down all the way. Find your low plank. Hips go up and back for 5. And lower it down. Hips go up and back for 4. And lower it down. Hips go up and back for 3. And lower it down. Hips go up and back for 2. And lower it down. Hips go up and back for 1. Lower it all the way back down to your low plank and just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You've got it. 4. Make sure your butt is not sticking up in the air. You're here for 3, for 2, on 1. Lower your knees down onto the mat and press it back to a well-deserved child's pose. Oh, my right butt cheek is on fire. Take a sip of water, whatever you need. We have that whole thing over to the other side. When you're ready, slowly roll it all the way up to your tall seat. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, release. Go ahead and grab that block. Oh my gosh, my clip was flying around. My hair probably looks crazy. grab that block. It's going to come back in between your feet. We're meeting back down on our backs, ready in our bridge position. Knees are pointed up to the sky. Toes are dialed forward. Palms are pressing down into the mat. We're going to tuck our tailbone under and slowly roll all the way up to the top of our bridge, pausing at the top, making sure our ribs are not flared out. Tailbone is tucked under, and then slowly lower it all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, press into your palms, drive up through your heels, squeeze your glutes at the top, and then slowly lower it all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, tuck your tailbone under, roll all the way up to the top, and then slowly lower it back down. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, we roll up, pausing at our shoulder blades, and then lower it back down. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, roll it up, and roll it back down, making sure you're articulating 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, exhale, lift for 1, and slowly lower it back down. This time your left foot is going onto the block. Right leg is going to lift to tabletop. Right foot is flexed. Right knee is stacked over your hip. It's not dropping in toward your chest. Drive through your palms and your left foot. Press into the block. Roll your hips up to the top. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Slow up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Remember, you're rolling all the way up to the top and then rounding your spine to lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale as you roll it up. Squeeze your glute at the top. Feel your left butt cheek burn a little, and then slowly lower it all the way back down. We're only here for 5 more. Roll up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Lift for 4. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Lift for 3. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Lift. 2, 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4. Last one, and we pause at the top. We're going to tap our right toes down to the mat. Pull your right knee into tabletop. Lower your hips down to the mat. Exhale, lift your hips right back up. Inhale, lower the right leg. Exhale, pull the right knee in. Inhale, tap the glutes down. Exhale, lift the hips up. Inhale, tap the right. Remember, we're lowering at the hips, so we're not bending the right knee at all. The right knee keeps the 90-degree bend, so you don't change the shape. We lower at the right hip. Pull the right knee in. Tap your hips down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower for 5. Pull the right knee in. Tap the hips down. Drive through that left foot. Lift your hips up. Inhale, tap the right. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, lift it up. Last 3, lower it down. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, tap the hips. Exhale, lift them up. Last 2, in, tap it down, lift it up. Last 1, in, tap it down, lift it up, and hold. Now just the right leg is moving. We're tapping our toes down to the mat. And then exhale, pull your right leg into tabletop. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Drive through that left foot. Keep your hips lifted. We're here for 5. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. For 4. Exhale in. For 3. Exhale in. For 2. Exhale in. Last 1, in and hold. Tap your hips down to the mat. Exhale, lift them right back up. Ooh, this side hurts. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Squeeze your glute at the top. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We're tapping the hips and then driving through the left leg. Right leg is staying in tabletop, but if you need to tap your right toe down to the mat to give your glute a little bit of rest, you can. We're here for 3 more. Exhale, lift. For 2, exhale, lift. On 1, we hold the lift, pulse it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way back down. I'm way more dominant on my right glute. My left glute is way more hamstring dominant and quad dominant, honestly. All right, that block is going to stack up above our chest. We're going to extend both legs over our hips. The block is going to reach up and over. Same thing we did before. We're going to round our spine and drop our legs over our head, lowering your toes down to the block. This time, your left leg is going to press into the band. Left leg lowers to meet your right, and then slowly roll down your spine. Try not to use momentum. So I'm lowering down with control, and then I'm rolling up using the weight of my legs to lift myself up, squeezing everything to find stability. And then I round my spine and lower down with control. So I'm not just dropping back to the mat and throwing myself to lift up. I'm moving every inch of my body with control. We press into the band with the left leg. Left leg lowers down to meet the right, and then slowly roll down your spine one vertebrae at a time and roll it all the way up to the top. Round your spine, lower it all the way down to the mat. Block reaches up and over, legs roll up and over, press into the band with your left leg. Left leg lowers back down, and we roll it down one vertebrae at a time. Roll up to the teaser. Remember, if you need to, you can just do the sit-up. Whatever you did on the previous side, just keep it going. But if you tried the sit-up, you can try the teaser. And if it's just not working, you can go back to the sit-up. You can also remove the weights and then try the teaser and see if you can keep going that way. We're here for 3 more. Roll it back. Press into the band. Lower your left leg back down to the right and roll it up. Exhaling as you rise up to your teaser. Round your spine. Lower it all the way back down. Press into the band. Lower it down. This is the last 2. Exhale. We rise up. Round your spine. Last one. We roll it up and over. Press into the band. Squeeze your left butt cheek. Lower it down and roll it up. Exhale. Rise up to the top. Pause in your teaser for 10. Hold 9. 8. Squeeze your quads. Try to make your legs as straight as you can. You're here for 5. 4, 3, 2, on 1. Cross your ankles and flip it out. Meet me in your tabletop position. Remember, both palms are on the block. If the block is annoying, go ahead and remove it. But if you use it on the other side, you got to use it on this one. Palms are there. Fingers are hugging the sides of the block. This time, your left leg is going to be the one pulling into your nose. And then extend your left leg back, but same thing as the other side. My leg is only going as high as I can get it while keeping the center of my body completely still. So the minute that I have to drop my belly to the mat in order to lift my leg higher, I've gone too high. So I pull my knee into my nose, engage my core, find that neutral spine, and then extend my leg out, squeeze my glute at the top. Pull your knee into your nose, and then extend it out, squeeze your glute up at the top. Press into your palms, make sure you're not sinking down into your shoulders. Pull up from your belly button, keep your core engaged. Your ribs are hugged together. We're here for 4 more. Extend it back and bend it in. You're here for 3 and bend it in. You're here for 2 and bend it in. Last one. And we add on. You pull your knee into your nose, extend it back, hug your elbows in, bend them, lower your chest down, engage your core, lift your left leg as your chest lowers, press into your palms, lift it right back up. We pull knee to nose, extend it back, hug your elbows in, lower it down, and press it up. Knee to nose, extend it back, core is engaged, lower it down. Exhale, press and lift it right back up. Knee to nose. Extend it back, squeeze your left butt cheek, squeeze your core, chest lowers, leg lifts, and press and lift it up. We're here for 4. Extend it back, lower, exhale, lift. You're here for 3. Extend it back, lower, exhale, lift. You're here for 2. Extend it back, lower, exhale, lift. Last one, extend it back, lower, exhale, lift and hold. We're tapping our left toes down to the mat. Exhale, lift and squeeze your glute. Remember, we're thinking about the center of our body. We're not letting our belly drop down to the earth. We're pressing to that band, squeezing your left butt cheek to lift your leg. We're not arching to lift the leg. We're here for 5. Exhale, lift for 4. Exhale, lift for 3. Exhale, lift for 2. Check in with your core on 1. We're lowering our left toes down to the mat. Press into your palms. Pull your right knee into your nose. Right knee comes down to the mat. Left leg lifts up. Left toes come down. Right knee pulls in. Right knee comes down. Left leg lifts. Left toes come down. Right knee pulls in. Right knee comes down. Left leg lifts. We're here for 5. Pull it in. Lower it down. And lift. You're here for 4. In. Down. And lift. You're here for 3. In. Down. And lift. You're here for 2. In. Down. And lift. Last one, in and hold. We're extending our right leg back and then bending your right knee into your nose. Keeping the high plank so my butt is low, it's not sticking up in the air. We're here for 6 and extend. For 5, extend. For 4, extend. For 3, extend. For 2, extend. Hold it in on 1, pulse it in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, stay in your plank on 1. Step your right leg out. We're in the high plank. We're lowering down onto one forearm. Move the block out of the way. We're on both forearms. We're in our low plank. Listen carefully. Your butt stays low. Engage everything. Press into the balls of both feet and shift your weight forward and then shift your weight back. We go forward and back. We're just seesawing forward and back. We're here for 6. Butt stays low. Make sure it's not sticking up in the air. You're driving through your elbows so you're not sinking down into your shoulders. Last 4. For 3. For 2. Last 1. Hold it in your low plank. We're dropping our hips over to the right, up through center, and drop left. Up through center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. You're here for 5. Center, left, center. For 4, center, left, center. For 3, make sure you're pushing into your elbows and you're not sinking down into your shoulders. For 2, last 1, hold your low plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down to the mat. Press it back to your child's pose or even a puppy pose if you want to feel a little bit more of a stretch. And just rest here for 3 breaths, taking an inhale through your nose and an exhale through your mouth. Shift your weight forward if you're finding that puppy pose. For 2 more breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last one, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Push your weight back onto your heels. Slowly roll all the way up to a tall seat. Roll your shoulders down and back, away from the ears. Take a big inhale. Reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms. Press them up and back. Inhale. Exhale, round your spine. Gaze goes to your navel. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round your spine. Press your hands forward to separate your shoulder blades nice and wide. 3 more. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, round and look down. 2 more. Big inhale. And big exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Shift your weight forward onto your hands and knees. Don't worry if the band is still there. It's not going to bother. Take an inhale. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale. Thread the needle under. Land your right shoulder down onto the mat. Press into your left palm to find a deep twist, or even float your left arm up and reach it behind your back and for your right thigh. You're here for 1 more breath in. And 1 more breath out. Left palm comes down to the mat. Right arm reaches up and over. Inhale. Exhale, right palm comes down, left arm sweeps up. Left arm threads under. Pressing into your right palm, find a nice twist, or float your right arm up and reach it around your back and for your left thigh. Coming back through center, right palm comes down, left arm sweeps up and back down to the mat. Walk your knees through your hands. Go ahead and remove the band. Remove the ankle weights if you have them on. Palms are coming behind you onto the mat. Drop your knees from side to side and just release your hips. You're here for 3, for 2, on 1. Pause in the center. Bend your left knee, lower your shin down onto the mat, and sweep your right leg behind you, finding a pigeon pose. Shift your weight up through center. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and then exhale, forward fold over your legs. Just enjoying the stretch here. For 3, for 2, on 1. Press into your palms, lift your chest up. Maybe you bend your right leg and reach back and over for your right foot, pulling your right leg toward your body. On 1, release your right foot down onto the mat. Both palms come down onto the mat. And just switch sides. Step your right leg back, left leg steps in, left shin down onto the mat. Finding your pigeon on your right side. Inhale, your arms reach up overhead. And exhale, forward fold over your legs. Holding here. For 3, for 2, on 1. Press into your palms, lift your chest up, reach your left arm up and back for your left foot. Holding here for 1 deep breath in and 1 deep breath out. Release your left leg down onto the mat. Take anything else that you might need, and we are done for today, you guys. I am going to be posting 2 workouts every single week. However, next week I am traveling, so I will do my best. Actually, for the next 2 weeks, I'll be traveling, so I will do my best to get 2 workouts out to you guys. But please be patient with me because I will have a lot going on. I do have a retreat coming up in September. All the information for that will be in the description down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. If you have any comments or have anything that you want to see next week, just let me know. And thank you guys so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.